What does it mean to be an effective selection interviewer? He or she should understand that the selection process is about attracting amiable, qualified people for the open position. There is not one right guaranteed method used to accomplish this goal. I will be highlighting 10 steps on how to become an effective selection interviewer. Step 1. Understand the job requirements. Identify the major duties and responsibilities of the position, along with knowledge, skills, and abilities that are needed to perform the job's essential functions. Organizing your selection criteria will help you develop objective interview questions to evaluate each applicant's potential to succeed. Step 2. Develop job-related interview questions. Prepare a set of interview questions that target the essential functions and responsibilities of the job. Develop questions for each job requirement you have identified to help you determine a candidate's qualifications. Ask only for information you intend to use in making a hiring decision and know ahead of time how you will use this information to make a decision. Step 3. Establish a system to evaluate candidates. Think about your selection criteria and what types of responses you are looking for that will demonstrate a candidate's skills and ability to perform the job. Set up a formula for rating the applicant's answers that is based on the selection criteria you have identified. Using a standard form helps to make the process more objective and ensure the candidates are evaluated based on the same. Ensure a comfortable interviewing environment. Choose a private area that is neat and quiet, such as an office or conference room, to conduct the interview. Avoid distractions and do not answer the phone or respond to emails during the interview. Offer the candidate water or coffee before you begin. Step 5. Help the candidate relax. A friendly demeanor helps to put the candidate at ease and encourages a more natural conversation. However, be careful to avoid small talk that could inadvertently lead to potential discriminatory questions, such as those about candidates' marital status or political views. During the interview, nonverbal gestures like smiling, maintaining eye contact, and nodding your head can show your attentiveness and make the candidate feel more comfortable. Step 6. Avoid unlawful or discriminatory questions. Questions about race, religion, age, ethnic group, national origin or ancestry, political affiliations, military service, disability, or other sensitive topics may be considered discriminatory and should be avoided. Do not ask questions that might elicit such information. For example, asking about origin of an unusual surname. As a general rule, information requested in an interview should. Step 7. Document the interview. Document the interview by taking notes. You can later use these notes to refresh your memory when it is time to review the candidate's qualifications and compare his or her strengths and weaknesses against other candidates. Limit your documentation to job-related information and facts, and do not include subjective observation. Disregard any irrelevant or inappropriate information volunteered by the applicant during the interview. And Step 8. Allow the candidate to ask questions. While most of the interview will focus on asking the candidate questions, be prepared to discuss your company and specific job opening. Give the candidate an opportunity to ask questions and be honest with your answers. As much as it is important to make a good impression, also important to establish realistic expectations so the candidate can decide whether the position will be a good fit. Step 9. Provide the candidate with information regarding the next steps. End the interview by thanking the candidate for his or her interest in the job and your company, and let the candidate know your time frame for getting back in touch with any next steps. Remain neutral and do not lead the applicant to believe an offer is forthcoming until you have made the final decision. 10. Make your final decision and notify candidates. Evaluate each applicant's qualifications and extend an offer of employment to the best qualified candidate. Maintain a positive image of your company by informing unsuccessful candidates that they have not been selected and thanking them again for their interest. These steps will assist you in becoming an effective selection interviewer. Thank you for watching. Will assist you in becoming an effective selection